Get ready with me while I talk about where I am moving. Luis and we bought this house 2 years ago. When we bought our house, I saw that the upstairs room was the biggest room in the house. So I decided that the upstairs of our house was going to be my office. The office downstairs was going to be Luis's office. Was also going to put my clothes, my bags, my jewelry, and there's a bathroom up here. So I decided that everything me was going to be upstairs. Everything Luis was going to be in his office. And then in our spare bedroom downstairs, that was going to be the room that we slept in, even though none of our stuff was in it, because our daughter's room is downstairs and we didn't feel comfortable sleeping upstairs while she was downstairs. Now let me take you back to the beginning of Luis's and my relationship. Motherfucker. In the beginning of mine and Luis's relationship, we lived together at his parents' house in his room. And if I'm being honest, that was the time that our relationship was literally the best. We were like two Tijuana pack rats with all of our stuff shoved into this tiny room. But again, we were happy, we were thriving. He eventually moved out of his mom and dad's house and we got our own apartment. But even in that apartment, we shared our room with Gianna because we didn't expect to have her when we did. And then we moved into this house. So ever since his parents' house, we really haven't had like a joint area that we've shared together. We've just kind of been separated this whole time in our house. And then the only thing we do together is like sleep in our spare bedroom together. Fast forward 3 years, I've been living upstairs. He's been living downstairs. We've been sleeping downstairs. But every time I come upstairs, I am so overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that is up here. So with all of that being said, I have heard this little voice inside of my head for probably almost a year. Yeah, because I had this voice in my head last year. This little voice has been telling me, move downstairs. Take all of your shit and move it into the downstairs room with Luis and coexist in the same room again. Every time that thought were to come into my head, I would be like, oh my gosh, no, I love my space up here. I have so much stuff. If I move down there, I'm gonna have to get rid of so much stuff. And so I just kept saying to that little voice in my head, like, no, I'm not moving down there. I had a moment last week. It was almost like a come to Jesus moment where I was like, you know what, little voice in my head? I'm gonna listen to you. I told Luis like, hey, I want to both take all of our stuff. We're gonna have to completely downsize. And we're gonna move in together downstairs, and then Luis's office is going to be brought upstairs, and then his office downstairs is gonna be turned into a playroom. And when I told him all of this, he kind of looked at me like, girl, you're crazy. But he knew. I referenced our old room time together. He was like, wow, yeah, that was a really good time. And I really want to get back to that aspect of our relationship, because to be honest, these last couple of years have been pretty rough. So that is the plan. The only thing that I think is going to be staying upstairs is my desk, like my actual computer where I answer emails and where I do the bills, because Luis's desk, for those of you who don't know, he works from home. So his desk is going to be up here. Our big giant bed is going to be up here for guests. And then my desk will be up here. But everything else, literally everything, is going to be moved downstairs into our teeny tiny room. It's not even a master. It's like just a guest bedroom. But that is what I feel like in my heart is what I'm supposed to do. I would rather have less stuff, less pretty things, and a stronger, healthier, more connected relationship with my man than staying upstairs and having so many beautiful things, but that connection with my man just like being like struggling, you know. That is my moving plan. I am going to be taking you guys along this move with me as I'm decluttering, as I'm actually moving stuff, as I'm decluttering. You guys are literally coming for this entire journey and I'm so excited. I don't think I'm going to start until the beginning of the year, just so that way we can like wrap up Christmas and New Year's, but that is the plan. Thank you if you've made it to the end of this video. Leave a heart in the comments if you did, and I'm going to follow you back.